welcome to my channel. My name is Confidence. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Thank you so much for clicking and watching this video today. And I also want to thank God for the gift of life and for His mercies upon all of us. So in this video, it's going to be focused on the challenges of fingerprint problems while applying for Nigerian passports. Now, this can be a very frustrating problem because can you just imagine, just paint a picture, you come for renewal of your passport and without envisaging any problems, then this just pops out of the blues. Your fingerprint is taken again and again and again, and the machine, the scanner, the fingerprint scanner can't take your fingerprints. So this can be a very, very frustrating problem. So, and I want us to address it today. And I would like by saying that this problem can happen. It can happen both to old and the young applicants. I've seen it. It happens to both the old and the young children. And when I talk about fingerprint problems in a passport application, I'm addressing genuine people that genuinely have issues with their fingerprints. I'm not talking about people that have dubious reasons for dubious reasons. They intentionally damage their fingerprints, and no, I'm not talking about those, and I'm not addressing that. I'm talking about genuine people that come to apply for renewal or a fresh passport, and this problem just pops out of the blues. So now I also want us to know that, of course, people just come, they don't envisage this problem. Most times I've seen it. In fact, all the time it happens. People come, they don't envisage it. It can just happen. So, but what are some of the things that can make this, bring this to light? I've discovered that from my years of experience in enrollment of passports, that age can affect your fingerprint. Age affects the fingerprint. It fades. It's not as sharp as it should be. I've seen that several times, that age can affect it. Another thing that can affect your fingerprint is exposure to harsh weather, especially in this winter season. The very harsh winter season can really damage your fingerprints without you even knowing. And that is why you see people that do this work, do a lot of work outdoors, do outdoor working, that they usually have very serious issues. Those of you that that you do reclam, most of you understand. Those of you in Sweden, you understand what I'm talking about, because sometimes when I'm dealing with them, I ask them, what's the nature of your job? And lo and behold, it's true, I'm correct. So exposure to harsh weather, winter weather, can affect your fingerprints, and also the nature of your job. It can affect your fingerprints. And also, when you expose your fingers to some very harsh detergents or soaps, especially our women, it affects it not just affect, it damages, in fact, it damages your fingerprints. And that can be problematic when you come to renew or to apply for a passport. And also those of us women that you relax your hair with all these chemicals, you don't wear gloves, it damages your fingerprints. When you use these relaxers and then you fix your hair and you relax your hair yourself without wearing gloves, please stop doing that. It damages your fingerprints terribly. So another thing that can also damage fingerprints, from my experience, is if you're a hairstylist. Those of you that braid hair, you weave hair, you style people's hair, I notice that most times the women that come and have these problems, I ask them, do you style hair? Do you braid? Do you weave? And they say yes. So it affects, as you braid, as you weave, it damages your fingerprints. So you know. So that can be one of the causes of damaged fingerprints. And then also children that suck. If you have a child that suck or that's been sucking for years, that child definitely, that child's fingerprint, it's going to be damaged. So, and when all this category of issues are mentioned, people come with them, and people come to renew passport, and maybe one of these things I mentioned, it happens to be their case, you know, these people will have problems. So that when they keep placing their fingerprints, on the scanner will not recognize. It doesn't even pick up the finger. Why? Because the prints are damaged. The prints are damaged. So how do we rectify this? What do we do? I want to advise us, because this issue of fingerprint waiver, before the Nigerian immigration will waive your fingerprint and give you a passport, it doesn't happen. It's not a common thing. It's rare, and it takes time, believe me, because the approval has to come from Abuja, the Nigerian Immigration Service headquarters in Abuja, and there are some documents and things you need to do. You need to get a doctor's report, blah blah blah. There are lots of things that are involved. I'm not this video does not it's not going to go that direction today in this video. But what I just want to bring to our notice is that all these things that I just mentioned can affect your fingerprint, and therefore pose problems to you when you come to renew your passport. So then somebody may be asking, okay, so then what do we do? Now, my advice is this: learn to protect your hands by wearing gloves, especially those of you that work with chemicals. Some of us, you see some Africans, they work with chemicals. They don't even care. They just do it with their bare hands. No, you're destroying your prints. It's not good for your fingerprints, and maybe even for your health. So please, learn to take all the protective measures depending on the nature of job you do and the kind of chemicals you are exposed to. So one is, try wearing gloves when you're doing these jobs. If you're doing reclam, you're walking out in the cold, try to wear protective gloves for your hands. It will help you, and it will help retain your fingerprints. And then another thing I want to say is that learn to use hand creams. Some people think hand creams are just for women. Well, you're wrong. I want to pose it to you today that you're wrong. You use hand creams. Hand creams can help, repair the damages that have been done to your fingerprints, maybe due to the harsh weather or whatever that has come in contact with your fingers. So using very good hand creams regularly, every day, you should have it in your purse. You should have it with you. It's not only for women, like I said. So please try to use creams regularly. It helps to repair the damages that have been, are done to your fingerprints. It will really help you. And then I also want to say, for those of you women that when you're doing dishes and all that, you see this soap, even the detergent soaps, the washing soaps, that are very, very harsh. You can wear gloves. You see some of this, you see some people, when they're doing dishes, they wear gloves. You think they're just wearing it for show or what have you. No, it's to protect their fingerprints. So you can also do that. And by doing that, you're protecting your fingerprints. So, and finally, I want to say this. If, let's say that your previous application you had, or you have an injury. I'm not talking about just fingerprint, problems now. I'm talking about if you have a damage, like some people, maybe they have had an accident and there is a permanent damage that cannot be fixed on the fingerprint. Now, you must remind the person in your future application, in case, because some of them may not notice it in the system. It will be in the system, but some people may not notice. Please do well to remind them and tell them, in my previous application, my fingerprint was waived, or I have a permanently damaged finger, or whatever your case is. So please don't forget that, because if that is your case, if that is the case with you, then you don't need any approval from Abuja, because it's already in the system that you have a permanently damaged fingerprint or an issue with the fingers that are required to do the enrollment for your passport. So please don't forget that these fingerprint matters can be very frustrating when you encounter them, because I have seen instances, tens and tens of instances where, people came and they had to go back and come back again, because the procedure to waiver these fingerprints, it's quite tiring, to be honest with you. So people have to go back, and then we advise them to take care of their fingers, try to repair them, using cream, avoid this, avoid that, and then they can come back again. And in most times when they come back again, the fingerprints, now the scanner can now detect their fingerprints, because it took time, it healed in that course of period that they were away. So please take care of your fingerprints. Some people may laugh about this, but it's very serious, and you wouldn't know how serious it is until it happens to you, that you come apply for your passport or renewal, and then this problem just pops out of the blues without you didn't envisage it. It can spoil a lot of things. It can disrupt your plans. So please take care of your fingerprints. Learn to use hand creams, very good hand creams, regularly, especially in this winter and very harsh seasons. Try to make sure that you take care of your fingers, so that would not be a problem for you when you come applying for your Nigerian passport. Thank you so much for watching up until now. Throughout this video, I'm so glad that you stayed with me. So I hope you've learned something. Please share with others, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching again. I'm grateful. Bless you. Remember to always stay safe and remain blessed. Bye-bye.